Also get lightheaded. There you go. There you go. That's all right here. And that same place, Kelly, same place a lot of people have problems. We're seeing a lot more problems up in the head area now. Blood pooling and my blood pressure drops. That's right up here in the cerebellum, dear one. Definitely get your kidneys and adrenals, a big part of that connection. Clean up the gut, as I said. Really start moving lymph. Ear candle your ears here in the next few days. See if you can get some pressure relief from that and really start moving lymph. You might, once you get your kidneys filtering really good, have some lymphatic drainage massages and stuff and get that up. See the connecting link she has with the lightheadedness, the jumping of the blood pressure when she stands up. Some people even faint. Absolutely. I haven't yet. Please, please, please. Absolutely. You don't have to beg, sweetheart. I'm here. We'll help you for sure. It's Lacey. Definitely, honey. Got to move your lymph. Also, you might check on your thyroid, see if you're Kohler-Watton parathyroid, pop up that parathyroid a little bit, make sure you're utilizing calcium. If you're a family of 3 now, make sure your children didn't pull the calcium out of you there, and you'll be well on your way to overcoming this. But you have to do the same thing Kelly's doing, which is the same thing everybody else is doing, and that is moving lymph. You could, if it was me, I might add brain and nerve just to strengthen the nervous system up a little bit, but I would tear into this. Go into your 2 kidney formulas, kidney 1 capsules. I would do a lymphatic 1 capsules for myself. I'd do a stomach and bowel, clean that up. You could do some upper circulation with the brain and nerve. New brain and nerve and upper circulation really will move blood up in there a lot faster and a lot better. Kelly, you could pick that formula up yourself, that upper circulation formula. I know you already have brain and nerve, the new one, and use that to strengthen and move blood, but this is all about the lymph system. So you do all those things, sweetheart, family of 3 now, and you'll be good. You'll pull yourself out of that. But medical doctors should know right where these areas are for this, because these are the areas that correlate to those symptoms. This is Latasha again. Hi, Dr. Morse. I have we already covered that one. That's a repeat, a duplicate. Deb Blast 1. Dr. Morse, I am so frustrated with a recent problem. Let's see here, Deb. I have been doing about 80% raw foods and taking herbs for lymph, adrenals, fungus, and the digestive tract. Also have powerful green juices for breakfast every day. Well, I'd probably shift that and do the fruit for breakfast, do the power green drinks either at mid-meals or lunch or power drink at night. I would definitely go to my fruits in the morning. You'll have more nerve energy even though you're juicing and stuff, and do the green juice mid-morning or lunch or something like that. A few days ago, I woke up to have a very uncomfortable pain in my lower left side. As the day progressed, the pain became more intense and a noticeable swelling appeared. My husband and my friends insisted I go to see a doc. I was diagnosed with diverticulitis. Look at that. And was told that I had a bad infection. I was given a prescription for 2 very strong antibiotics. I panicked and have been taking them. Oh, you panicked. Not good. I've been taking them and now feel so bad because I believe that it was just a healing crisis. Absolutely just a healing crisis. You hit it right on the head, and we do panic sometimes in these healing crises because they all can be very uncomfortable, painful, swelling. Absolutely. It wasn't like your bowel was going to pop, but you were on a lot of herbs to help you and to move your lymph, so this is just bringing this out in your face there where your weakness was. That's okay, a lesson learned here, and I should have just worked through the pain. Well, you can use castor oil packs over painful areas like that, the antispasmodic or pain formula, or you could use something lighter, like or something a little heavier, like Advil or something, just in a temporary hit once in a while like that. But to take antibiotics and everything, you set yourself back. So you've got to get yourself back moving again. I definitely do lymphatic 1 capsules if it was me, and start drawing more aggressively on the bowel wall, stomach and bowel, whatever you need. Don't get one too strong for yourself. Just have a nice bowel movements and let that cleansing power happen. It'll start cleaning these diverticulums up And make sure your parathyroid is up, because you know, when you herniate any tissue like that, that's a sign of connective tissue weakness. Now, it can be a local problem because of lymph pulling acids out of or calcium out of connective tissue, but by far, you know, you want to look at that parathyroid. Just to, you know, this is where things get hard, trying to wear the robe when everyone around is pulling it off. Yep. Should I be doing something else to now get these antibiotics out of my system? Yeah, detox them out of your system. You were doing such a beautiful job. But you know what? Fear is what medical people feed on. They love people to have fear, because then you'll start doing things stupid. And you just had one of those moments, and that's okay. We all kind of have that. I mean, you know, there's a lot of fear-based because of cancers and stuff. And the word infection freaks people out. Well, just de-skin most people on the planet and they'll be ravished with infection. Or could we politely use the word acidosis? That's the worst kind of thing. That's what's infectious. And if you want to know what was really infectious besides acids, which are proteins, that's infectious, not fruits and berry juices. Protein juices, that's infectious. That's putrefactive. But we could just keep eating meat because Neanderthal man did. And maybe he did. I mean, we have some cases up north where obviously he had to, but I doubt if Islander man did much. Why? When you had to, I'm more polarized to a piece of fruit than I am to dead tissue. And if I had to kill the animal or pick a piece of fruit, I think picking a piece of fruit would be definitely preferred. I don't lick my chops when I see a squirrel. I want to pat him. Oh, Rosalind. Rosalind, my dear. Bonjour. Dr. Morse, I so love this talking stop thinking philosophy. Thanks. You know what? I do too, and my problem is I can't stop talking because I am so busy. But I'm trying to talk and not think about it. I'm trying to just talk and not be involved in talking. It's like being there but not being there. I would add to this and start listening to the inner voice. Oh, yeah, well, that's where I got my butt kicked a few times. You know, I try to listen, but then I don't always listen, because I hear a word and I'll be doing this and I'll go, no, and go on, because my rational mind came in and said, and the voice said no. And it was just a little whisper. And that's the thing. These are sometimes little whispers, but we have to keep learning to listen. That's what makes a good psychic. They listen. And, you know, that's what you have to do, is listen more. I got my finger pointed this way, too, big time. This is where the real truth comes from. Absolutely, sweetheart. Having said this, of course, I could also add and start listening closely. Oh, that's right. Start listening to me more. No, is teaching smiling here. Yeah, I know. You know what? It's just like Deb here. You know, this is the road we walk down. It's fear-based right now. The medical profession has people weirded out, wigged out, and then they've got them all stretched out on some of these pharmaceuticals. That these poor souls are really, you know, like Kelly, scary. I mean, it's a scary road. And like the other lady with the pots here, I mean, it's all scary when it starts getting into the brain and nervous system, because the nervous system can actually be real weird and wacky. So it can create all kinds of thoughts and feelings and emotions and panics and all kinds of things. So getting oneself healthy and that focus is the only viable and true focus one should have. Everything else leaves the doorway open for fear. And I say we work with knowledge and knowingness as opposed to fear and thought. Makes a big difference there. So good catch, Rosalind. Good. Thanks, sweetheart, for all your love here. Much love to you. Hugs too, and I hope all this finds all of you well, and I hope that I'm able to help you all keep learning. Again, I'm not overly intellectual about things anymore. Some of the things I've even forgotten in chemistry through the years, because you don't use it, you lose it, you know. So I just kind of left that side, because keeping it simple, sweetheart, keeps your spirituality intact, and that's my main focus. Is God. Health, That should be just a natural aspect of being on the planet, eating what your body's designed to eat. But we've got so perverted, and there's so much. Man, you can see the immaturity of mind at this level. It's created a marketplace and not understood the reflex of that. So this is a big learning process for the mind and the mental faculties, and how soul uses those faculties instead of those faculties using soul and using your consciousness. You know, most of us are controlled by our minds and not by ourselves. And I like to turn that around and be the controller and the mind be my servant instead of me being the servant of my mind, which is wacko. Dwayne, 1138. What are your thoughts on Durian Rider's diet of 30 bananas a day? And he believes that fasting will make your calorie deficient and we need about 3,000 calories. You know what? You might ask that lady that's on her 7th month of juice fasting how she feels in relationship to this, because I think she's proven the point that really it isn't about tons of nutrition. It isn't about calories. Her weight is stable. She's energetic. She's feeling majorly good. So I can just tell you that, you know, I don't deal with calories. I just don't even put my head there, and I don't think any other animal does too. I'm hungry, I eat. I mean, I think we got to get away from the intellectualism of the mind and start keeping our life simplistic so we can enjoy our spirituality more. And I think by doing those things that we will learn to grow much more spiritually, and we'll get away from mind dominance in creation, because that's the gig. Mind is creation. It owns it, it makes it, it creates it. We are actually outside of creation, looking in creation through our bodies. Without a body, we can't look into these worlds, because you have to have connections to the frequencies and the magnetics and the atoms to each world, even from the pureness of the of cosmic consciousness. So, but you have to have an instrument to buffer you to look into the world, because as soul, you are so much more powerful than creation at any level. But to be able to experience duality from an infinite perspective, you have to reduce your consciousness, or you have to enter in these bodies, remaining as much conscious as you can while using your bodies is the gig. And so that's a process of continuing to stop thinking, to use thought, and be detached from it. I've been working on it for years, as opposed so much to my health, because that's much more exciting. You know, it's good to feel super good, but traveling in worlds and seeing things that are just nirvanic and just experiencing the Supreme Being in levels that are undefinable, as opposed to being here in the physical, eating food. No comparison. So, I think if you can have 30 bananas a day, have them. They are nature's perfect food. There's no question that professors agree to the nutritional side of a fruit, that the banana is nature's perfect food. And I'll concur with that. The only food that ripens nutritively after picked green, there's something in that. So I concur that it is an extreme health food. Not a great detoxifier, but if you're having a lot of fruits and berries through the day, you're having loads of nutrition. Who cares what the calories are? Who gives a hoot? Your body gets its own uniqueness and size to it, and it hangs there. Some people can keep nice bodies while raw. I kept a pretty good body while raw, but I did get to about 156 on 6 months of navels, but I couldn't break it. And I have some guys down in the 120s and 30s. Shows you malabsorption. It shows you all the other LinkedIn problems there.